people, but it also involves information. You can self-mentor by ensuring you're getting information, investing in yourself, but as early as you can. And best wishes and congratulations.
I guess that wraps it up for this evening. Is it evening or is it afternoon? I think we'll take a picture and then we'll hand over to Mr. MC. So kindly help me do a round of applause to our panelists.
All right, and help me do another round of applause for our amazing moderator for the day. Great. I say today is great minds here, and of course we are learning so much in terms of how we are supposed to mitigate emissions, just to make sure that our environment does not suffer even in the transitions, all right? So let me ask my ushers to bring the gifts. Oh, they're already here. Okay, let's do that. Then let's do the honors. Do us the honors. It's good to have such amazing ladies who also stand as advocates to clean energy. Another round of applause for them. I need to get some time to even digest everything I've learned today. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Great. Thank you, DJ. Another round of applause for them as they sit down. Thank you. The gentleman I'm about to call here, I was privileged to exchange pleasantries with him earlier, and I must tell you that this is one great speaker. You will love him. He's coming to do a presentation here. He is a great communicator, a data strategist, so you can imagine the amount of data that is going to be mentioned here. You may need to take out your calculators. Ladies and gentlemen, he has a background in IT, and he helps businesses grow using IT strategies. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a guru when it comes to tech. Put your hands together for Ian Gedhu, all the way from Odoo. Makofi kwake anapokuja. Come on. Oh, okay. Thank you for the 5 of you who are clapping. A clap for him. Lovely.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, are we having a fantastic time? Are we enjoying it? Now, here's the thing. Now I'm wearing your shoes. Now I'm on stage. Now, thank you so much for being here up until this moment in time as we are just setting up. Now, have you seen any billboard with Odoo written on it? And nothing like a website link attached to it? And it's just curiosity, anxiety. So what is Odoo all about? Now, my name is Ian Gedhu, and I happen to be a business advisor with Odoo. That is O-D-O-O, Odoo.com. So if you have your phone out, so you can just take it out. Just if you have bundles, and if you don't have bundles, just tell me. I'll hotspot you. So you can just look for Odoo.com. That is O-D-O-O.com. So are we there? So I can see you. I can see you have a phone in your hand and you're not looking for Odoo. ODOO.com. Perfect. I can see greens. I can see smiles. That tells me that you've found the website. Yes, that's it, Mr. Njogu. That's it. All right, Baraka, are we ready? We're good. Now, have you found the website? First of all. Now, thank you. Now, allow me to begin this with a story. So imagine you have a business, you have the right product. You're selling fuel, gas, cocoa. You're selling this product that is such a breathtaking product in the market. Everyone loves it. You believe that you have the right people working for you and working with you. You have the investors. But one thing is missing. Just one thing. In all these beautiful company, one thing is missing. You don't have the right tools to help you run and manage your business. Now, Baraka, do we have the slides up? Okay. So what do you believe you will do? Let me come to you and let's have an audience engagement. Now it's good to, I don't know whether we're going to have issues here. Sir, would you please join me? Just join me here. All right, what's your good name?
Chomba.
Martin. Okay, so Martin, which company do you run at the moment?
It's called Promise Petroleum.
Promise Petroleum. Which software are you using to help manage your business?
Right now, I am Intuit. Intuit.
Intuit QuickBooks. All right, so that means accounting is what you're using to manage your business. Okay, is there anything else that you're using aside from Intuit QuickBooks?
I've just gotten an integration to another company that is, I may not want to mention right now.
Okay, that's okay, that's okay. No, we're making progress.
Management, a management system.
Okay, so management software. So that means that you have two softwares now. Okay, I believe that your team is using Google Sheets.
Yes.
Okay, I also believe that your team is using other softwares. So your website is managed differently, using different softwares to manage, say 5, 10 softwares to manage your company.
About 4 that I know of.
All right. Now, a round of applause for Mr. Martin as he takes his seat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, why did I ask these questions? Now, Baraka, you can take me on to the next slides. Perfect. Just again. So for most businesses, we have 5, 10 softwares that are helping us run different operations. So you're using QuickBooks, again, to do accounting. You're running your website using another platform, using Google Sheets to manage something else. Employee records, payrolls, using 10 softwares to run your company. So that means Department A, which is, say, procurement, doesn't know what happens in sales. So each and every time, reports have to be sent back and forth, back and forth. Now what we're here today is to show you how we can make all these seamless. From your sales department to your procurement department, all the way to you managing your trucks, your vehicles, inventory management, your fuel. You want to know, are you making profits? Are you making losses? All right. Now we at Odoo, we're just helping you do more in so little time. So this is just a basic overview of what to expect in Odoo. Just a software that is helping you run your manufacturing, your human resources, sales, e-commerce, CRM, website, procurement, accounting, inventory, and marketing automations. You see these email marketing campaigns, WhatsApp, you want to do all these. So from one platform. How breathtaking is that? Let me just give you a second to just think about it. Mr. Martin, all these from one platform. And you have your dashboards telling you about how much profits you've made in that single day. Now, I'm not just selling a software. We are just having a conversation. Okay? Now, this is it. So an application that has each and every aspect of your business figured out and offered. But, okay. So just take me back one step. So this is what I mean. If you're using QuickBooks to run your accounting, using DocuSign to sign your documents, if you're using, say, SAP to manage your procurement, inventory, manufacturing, we have brought all these together and you can get to access them from one platform. Okay. All right. Now, I want us to do a quick demonstration. And I want us to have a use case. Now we can take Mr. Martin, for example, and I want to imagine this is your business. So just bear with me. So we have a company called Odoo. Let's say Odoo is in the fuel business. So we're going to use the name Odoo. So what we do is actually that we get to buy fuel, say from a certain depot in Mombasa. So we buy it in bulk, say 24 or 25,000 tons of it. and we come and stock it in Nairobi, and what we want to do is that we want to distribute it to other suppliers in the local market that is in Nairobi. So we have, say, Mr. Njogu, you have another fuel business. You want to purchase 1,000 tons from us, and we want to do it, and I want to show you how we can get to do it. Now, Baraka, we can have the demo ready. Right. Now, here we are. Now, what we're seeing now from this end, this is just a basic overview. What you're going to be seeing when you just sign in onto Odoo. This is the first thing that you see. These are just some of the basic applications that you're going to be seeing. And allow me to tell you one thing. So the applications here, the solutions here, are over 80. So we're looking at 80 to 100 business solutions, touching on different aspects of your business. We can go to the apps, and I can show you something. So these are the different categories that we get to manage for you. Sales, services, accounting, inventory, so all of them. And here's the thing, we are located in stand number 8 and 9. So if at all this is going to be too much for you now, you can get to meet us after this or maybe tomorrow, and we can get to cover a lot more when you and I have a one-on-one session. And of course, when it comes to human resources, the payrolls, and our use case, which is very important. We're buying fuel, and I want to show you how we can sell that and track our profits. Now, take me back to the dashboard. So the first thing that we want to do is that we have, let's say, Hashi Energies, who is our vendor. They are selling to us fuel in bulk. Okay, let's go to procurement. So the first thing that we want to do is that each and every time when you want to order fuel, the first thing that you do is that you request. You either do that via call, via SMS, depending on how the conversations that you have with your supplier. So in this case, we want to create a request for quotation. Now let's create one. Of course, and the first information that we want to do is that we want to have the details of our supplier for fuel in this case. So we have Hashi Energy, who is going to be a supplier today. You can choose the currency that your supplier uses. If your supplier uses the Kenya shilling or maybe the euro or the USD, you can put that there. The next thing is that you can even have an order deadline just to tell them that we really need this fuel. Now this is the expected time that we want you to deliver this fuel. Now let's have a time. Perfect. Okay. In the instance where you have different stations, where you have, let's say, 5 or 4 or maybe 1 station, you can even tell the supplier where you want that delivered maybe, if at all they do the delivery now to your site. Now from there, we want to add a product, what we want to buy in this case. So in this case, we only have 2 products. So we have diesel and then we have gasoline fuel. Baraka, choose one that you like. Gasoline. Now in this case, in gasoline, of course, gas has different qualities. We have premium grade, 91 and such. So in this case, we can say we want to buy 1 ton of gasoline, premium 91. Okay, then we have that. Now Baraka, give me 1,000. 1 is too little. Good. Now, you can see we have a field there called the tolerance rate. So this is the rate of evaporation. If you want to transport this fuel from one side to another, there's a high likelihood that your fuel is going to evaporate. Now that is why we have this field here called the tolerance rate. Give me a tolerance rate. That's 5%, and you can see our unit of measure for this gasoline is in tons. And then of course we have the unit price. Maybe we are buying it at 1,000 USD per ton, and of course you can see the total there. If at all, then you're going to be paying any taxes. This system is eTIMS integrated. That means that each and every time when you tick it off, when you just confirm this order, so KRA is going to have that notification. Oh, you are expecting then to deliver quite a figure now to KRA. Now from there, just scroll up, Baraka. Now we have a section where you can send these requests for quotation directly to the vendor, to your supplier. So by just clicking the send by email, and just like that, yeah, of course you can have the email there. Let's just have, okay, all right, I'm hoping that's not their email. And of course, now this is going to be a template that the supplier is going to see in regarding to what you are requesting in terms of the quantity. And of course, we have a PDF attached to that, which is a request for quotation. We can just open that just to see how it looks like. So this is how that looks like. This is what the supply is going to see. That you have a company called Odoo who is requesting 1,000 tons of gasoline fuel premium 91 to 94 from Hashi Energy. So this is your RFQ. This is how it looks like. And the beautiful thing about this is that we can get to customize this document. All right, now let's go back to the system. Now let's imagine that you are in agreement with the vendor in terms of the pricing. So the next thing to do is that we want, of course, to confirm this order. So let's confirm that order. That means that we have agreed that we want to buy 1,000 tons and at this price. So now from here, if that is okay, we can proceed and receive these now in our stock. Let's receive these products. Okay, so that means that we are receiving now in our warehouse, upon delivery, 1,000 tons of gasoline fuel. Now, but before that, we, of course, as you can see, we had initiated a tolerance rate of 5%. So 5% of 1,000, so that's 50. So the allowed quantity is 950. So now from here, remember, in fuel, quality checks. Let's go to the quality checks, Baraka. Off and wonderful. And of course, the vehicle that is going to be transporting this fuel for you. So let's have the license plate. And of course, we have the truck number. So this is the truck that is going to be ferrying your fuel from Mombasa all the way to your depot here in Nairobi. And let's also now do the quality checks just to make sure that what we ordered is what was delivered. Perfect. Now, was it a pass? Was it a fail? Or do you, the good thing about this quality check is that you can customize it to match your flows. If, let's say, you have a different way of just analyzing your product, just making sure the quality is okay, you can be able now to customize that. So let's mark it as a pass. Now let's go back to our delivery. And of course, let's just confirm that we have received 1,000 tons of this gasoline fuel. All right. Now, if we are then to go to our inventory, let's go to inventory. Let's see how much fuel now we have in stock. So now from inventory, this product called diesel, gasoline fuel 9194, now you can see that on hand, this means that what we currently have in stock is 1,010. Why 1,010? So before this, we already had 10 tons in stock. So for this product. So that means that we have now received 1,000 items in stock, so 1,000 tons in stock. And the system is wise enough, clever enough. It gives you the math, giving you the valuation of how much now in terms of stock you have in value. So now that's the valuation of gasoline fuel. Okay, now Baraka, we now have the product in stock. Let's now sell it. Because now that is what we do best. We buy and sell. Now, for us then to sell this product, we're going to be using another application called sales. Just click on sales. Now, let's create a new sales order. So we're imagining it this way. So you have a client who has come to your shop or to your stores, to your warehouses, to your depot. And this is just a walk-in customer, but we can call this customer Martin. Let's call this customer Martin Chomba. So that's Martin. Perfect. And of course, Martin, how much in terms of gasoline do you want to buy? 10 tons, Baraka. So Martin wants to buy 10 tons of gasoline fuel. And of course, this is just the layout. I just want to see just the different variants that you can have for the same gasoline product. So we now have 10 tons. And of course, the salesperson, this is now the salesperson who's going to be doing this. They can actually now be able to see the price and the discount. Martin, do we give you a discount or not? Yes, of course. How much discount would you want? Yeah, of course. Okay, so let's imagine 3%. Okay, Baraka, 1%. Okay, Baraka, give me a discount of 1% for Mr. Martin. Okay, and now the system will calculate these now for you. Just scroll down, then you can see the untaxed amount. If at all, then we're going to be offering any tax. So now remember, the system again is eTeams integrated. Now this is going to be the final figure. Now, question is, how will the invoice how will the quotation, the sales quotation look like? Now, can we see how the layout of the quotation will look like? Now, let's see this. So now, is this your order, Mr. Martin? 10 tons of gasoline fuel at that amount, and of course at a 1% discount. Perfect. Now, Baraka, now let's go to the part where it appears that then Mr. Martin is okay to make this sale. Now let's go, let's close this sale. Let's confirm it. And then from here, of course, depending on how you do your processes, you can first either deliver, then get paid, or you can receive the money, then deliver later, depending with how your business processes are. So first of all, let's deliver. And again, if at all during the delivery process, you incur any loss during the journey, so you can also now be able to cater for that, tolerance rate. And then if at all you want to do quality checks during the delivery process, you can also do that. Let's do that. And of course, the vehicle that is going to be transporting 10 tons of fuel on site. Now let's also do the quality check. That's a pass. And of course, then you have your warehouse manager saying that yes, indeed, we have delivered these product to the rightful customer. If at all you want to see any delivery slip, so this is how it's going to look like. So of course we have delivered gasoline fuel premium, and that's the number ordered, what was delivered. So if at all there is any discrepancy between what was ordered and what was delivered, you're going to see these being displayed here. Okay, now Baraka, take us back to the system. Okay, then let's do, of course, the invoice. We want to bill our customers. We have already delivered. So the next thing is for us to receive the money. So now, Baraka, that's too fast. That's too fast, Wena. Okay, now this is just a draft invoice. This is what the customer, now you're going to be billing the customer. Now, of course, was there any disagreement during delivery? Now, this is what your accountant is going to be looking for. Now, any figures that, of course, appear shady, now this is what you're going to be tracking. Of course, we can confirm this is okay. Let's confirm that. And of course, the invoice date will be today's date. You can either send this invoice directly to the customer via email, or you can use WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is already now integrated with Odoo. So you can just send this invoice directly to the customer's WhatsApp number. Right. Now from here, the next thing, of course, Mr. Martin, we want to receive money from you. So now, Baraka, take me to the part where we receive the money. And of course, do you want to pay the full amount? Do you want to pay just half of it? Partial. Let's do a partial payment, Baraka. Okay, then we create the payment. Now, there is going to be, just scroll. Perfect. Now, this is the amount that is due. Now, the reason as to why, when you scroll up, Baraka, please scroll up. Now, this states it's in payment. What this means is that we are waiting for your accountant to reconcile the account. Is that money reflecting in your bank account before we mark it as fully paid or maybe partially paid? So now that is a step where now we want to do our bank reconciliation. Now, and of course, you can see something else there. We have the eTeams payment method. So if at all then you want these to be eTeams integrated, of course, then you have to declare the payment method that was used so that it can also now reflect on eTeams. Now, Baraka, take me to the fleet management. Just scroll down. Okay, perfect. So now picture this. We have delivered this product now to the customer. We have received, but each and every time when all this was happening, there were trucks that were ferrying this fuel from the depot to our own warehouses. From From our own warehouses, we are delivering now to the customer locations. But what were we using? Trucks, fleet. Now, do we have a system to help you be able then to track how your trucks are doing business? Do they need any maintenance, any service? Do we have any insurance expiries that you want to keep track of? Now, this is a system that we're going to be using for that. And of course, all this is directly now integrated between different solutions. If at all then you want to integrate your sales order with the fleet management, of course, that is already there. Now, what you're seeing here is just a categorization of the different stages. Maybe, do you have any truck that you want to request, say, from Toyota Kenya, from Caetano? Now, this is where now your requests are going to come. Now, anything that you want to order in terms of maybe any spare parts, maybe any truck. So you have all these laid out. But for now, we already have existing trucks in stock in our own fleet. Now, let's go to any truck that you choose, Baraka. So we have, of course, the Volkswagen. And these are the details of this truck. Of course, you have the model, which is a Volkswagen, the license plate of that, of course, truck. And of course, you have the driver information. Who is driving this truck? Now so that is going to be the driver information. And of course, we have also now details about the category of that truck, when it was ordered, when it was registered in the country, and of course, the chassis number, the last odometer reading. And up there, we have smart buttons. So driver's history, so the employee who is in charge of this truck, and of course, any running contract. By any running contract, we mean any insurance policy, anything that is a contract attached to that truck. So you get to track that from here. Just click on contracts. So in this case, we only have one running contract, and this is it. So we have an insurance. So when does it recur? So do we get to pay for this insurance per week, per month, or per year? So now this is an annual contract, as you can see now from here. So this is, of course, a Volkswagen, the driver is Beth Evans, and then we have an insurance policy where we get to pay 4,000 USD for this truck. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know whether so far we have any question. Mr. Martin, have we solved all your business processes so far? We are headed there. That's nice to hear. That's nice to hear. And now, from here, of course, you can also now be able now to see any service that has been offered to this truck. So that means, did your truck go to any mechanic? Was it serviced? And what was the cost for this? Now, Baraka, let's do also now see the services. Now, this is what you're going now to be seeing in terms of any service type. Was it a repair and maintenance? What was the date? What was the cost? And who did that repair? And of course, you're going now to see other details such as what was the odometer reading? What was the mileage reading of that truck when that service was being done? How good is that? Blaze, how good is that? Perfect. Pronto. All right. Now, Baraka, please do join me on stage. Now, let's give a round of applause for Baraka as he joins me on stage. Now, the reason as to why Baraka is joining me on stage is because he wants to answer questions. Any question that you may have. Anything in your mind right now. Just ask it. Could it be, where did the name Odoo come from? Now, he's here to answer that question. Of course, don't ask him that. But of course, any question, now you can get to ask him that. Now, let's take the first question. Who has the first question? Thank you, Mr. Martin.
What I would want first to know is Odoo the developer of these solutions, or you're managing solutions, you're aggregating solutions and putting them under one roof? Yeah, once we answer that, I think we can have the follow-up questions.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Martin, for that question. So the solution that you're seeing is actually developed 100% by Odoo, the company. The name of the software is Odoo, the name of the company is also Odoo. So the software is 100% ours.
So I am seeing like we're running solutions that runs from, or rather encapsulates both accounting and management, as well as logistics. So say a business owner who is all over the place, you have a way that is it cloud-based? Is it something that someone is able to manage from afar, or you have to?
Yes, a very good question. So Odoo is actually 100% cloud-based software, and what that means is that so long as you have any gadget that can access the internet, you can actually access your business and see how it's performing 100%, make any follow-ups, or do any data entries from anywhere, wherever. All you need is simply an internet connection. 100% cloud-based.
Okay, allow me to ask a few.
Go ahead,
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay. The other question I wanted to know is, once you onboard this system, what is the mode of subscription? Is it a one-off? Is it something that you pay as you use? Are you able to expand it to probably fit other things that you may not have anticipated in your product development? Because you see, today when we talk about running petrol stations, I'm speaking about petrol stations, you realize everybody else today has changed and is rebranding from petroleum to energies. Yeah. And we are no longer calling them petrol stations, we are calling them energy centers, because this is in line with the changing energy topography. Yeah. So there are so many other things that are coming, components that have to deal with energy that we may not have anticipated in the past. So, and we want to a solution that is able to expand and accommodate the changing times. So, first question, the mode of onboarding, and then, yeah, I'm sure you've gotten it, and whether it is able to expand, it's elastic enough to accommodate the changing needs in the petrol stations. You see, you're running a petrol station here and you have a couple of businesses around it. You see, today's people are doing real estate. Yeah. In what you'd call petrol stations, because petrol station is just a captive customer or a captive business to bring about customers to other establishments. Is it something that is elastic enough, versatile enough to encapsulate that?
Yeah. I'm going to start with the second question. So on whether or not Odoo is scalable and how scalable it is indeed very much scalable, and for your specific use case, it actually supports multi-company and multi-branch environment. So what that means is that on this specific database, I can actually have 4 or 5 different independent legal entities, right? It is also possible to support multi-branch. That means that I could have one company that has 5 different petrol stations across the country, and we don't have to create 5 different databases.
So let me get this before you move from there, because I think this is critical. You're saying if I'm running like 2 separate or 3 separate legal companies.
Yes.
Because we have those problems where you have companies that are intertrading of companies when it comes to issues of accounting and KRA. You are saying the system, one single system as it is, without having to have, you've logged in a certain company and another company, one company is that single interface is able to take care of all the 3.
Most definitely. It's possible, and you can also set different access rights, like for the different levels of users. Okay. So that the person who is in charge of company A is only going to see records in that company, and the person in company B is only going to see records in that.
You must make that your selling point, one of your biggest selling points from today.
Yeah, most definitely. Okay, yeah, we have
part 1 of my question.
Definitely. Yeah, on pricing, I'll allow my colleague to give further elaboration.
All right. Now, the beautiful thing about this system is, so if you have 5 or 10 companies, you can be able to manage all these companies from one platform. So that means you as the CEO, you as the owner, can just have an overview of what all these companies are doing from one platform. And the good thing about this, you can actually access the system from your mobile phone, whether you're in Uganda or in Dubai, from anywhere in the world. You can just get to access the system and just see how your companies are doing. Dashboard reports are there. So you can see your daily sales, your accounting, everything that has been done over that entire course of the day. So you can get to access it just from the comfort of your mobile phone. Okay. All right.
Then in terms of onboarding, you remember the question I had asked about onboarding? Is it on subscription base or is it, what's the mode?
So we have what we call the subscriptions.
Not necessarily the amount, but
Yeah,
the
yeah, of course. Of course, we have an annual plan or maybe a multi-annual plan depending on what suits best for you. Now, the reason as to why we have it this way is because we also now want to offer you support, and we also get to upgrade the system. That happens each and every year. So that means that this year, currently as we speak, we are on version 18.2. By the end of this year, we are going to be on version 19. So that means that continually we keep on just upgrading this system. Now, for that to happen, of course, we cannot give you the system one-off, lifetime. And then we want to grow with you. As you scale, we want to continue scaling the solution and it's going to suit your business in terms of the way we're scaling it.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yes, good sir. Now the mic is over onto you.
Hi, my name is Seb. Great presentation, very interactive. The question I have, you work with data. So to collect the data, you must integrate with lots of other solutions. Do you integrate with lots of solutions to get that data, or you already get that data from somewhere else? So just while the microphone's working, for example, if you want to get the sales data, you must connect to the point of sales. If you want to get the delivery data, you must connect to the forecourt controllers to get all that data. Are you integrating with all these solutions for you to be able to get that data?
All right, sorry about that. So on the integration with data, of course, as you're going to see, it's an integrated ERP software. So you have the option of using Odoo with everything, starting from the purchase application, the sales application, the point of sale application in Odoo. And then you have already centralized all your operations and all your data. But by chance, you want to use a separate solution out of Odoo, maybe one that the solution is not there out of the box, then Odoo does also allow API integration. Okay? You can also do integration with your personal software that you don't want to do away with, so that you also maintain it. So the possibility is also there. Sure. One last question, if anyone has. Yes?
My name is Daniel. I just wanted to know whether the system has the audit trail. The auditor has come, you want to trace the documents, you want to trace all that. Do you maintain that in the system?
Yes, that's a very important question. So,
and how secure is the data?
Okay, so starting with the first question, whether Odoo has audit trail, it indeed has an audit trail where every single financial transaction record being done, be it a purchase, be it a sale, a return or a refund, because it also has accounting implication, is going to be recorded in the system and it can't be changed at all. So the audit trail is very much there, and it is very much visible for you to see. You can be able to follow back and see every single transaction when it happened. On security of the system, it is indeed very much secure. We've taken world-class standard to make sure that your data is safe, secure, both physically and virtually. And of course, there is that human element. That means when you use the system, in addition to the system's capacity to, or Odoo's capacity to secure your data, we also expect you to, of course, have very good internal security measures so that you, for example, don't give out your login credentials to a fellow colleague. Okay? That means that as much as this platform is secure, the human element also needs to be trained on the right way to use the software. No, on backups, it's not mandatory for you to do backups. Odoo does all the backups for you. Okay? And if you want to roll back to a previous version of the system, you can simply raise a support ticket and have that. Maybe you want to go back to yesterday's version. But all the backups are handled, and our servers are 99.99% online all of the time. So no manual backups are required. Okay? I believe that was the last question.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Now, I want to give a big shout out to our head of marketing, who is Faye Nzioki. Now, she's telling me, no, Ian, please don't call me on stage. But now, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to Faye Nzioki. All right, you have been such an awesome audience. Thank you so much for giving us your time, your ears, and of course your questions. We very much appreciate. That has been me, Ian Githu, a business advisor from Odoo, and this is Baraka Waswa, of course a business analyst from Odoo, and we are at stand number 8 and stand number 9. So in case you have any question that hasn't been answered, please do find us here. Thank you so much, and back to you.
Baraka? Give it up for that amazing team one more time. Lovely, 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 lovely. Hey, we are bringing the curtains down. All right? I know we have stuck here from morning all the way to evening, and you guys are amazing. Come on, give a hand clap to yourself. Now, to bring the curtains down is a man who was here earlier on. Now, this guy is a visionary when it comes to matters oil, matters innovation, matters tech. He is a dynamic force that drives oil marketing strategies across borders. Ladies and gentlemen, with your hands apart and together, again and again, help me introduce the one and only Blaise Nzonde, the sales marketer. Is it sales? I'm forgetting the sales. Your department is?
Director of Sales.
Director of Sales at Omis 40. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, a clap for him. Good.
Thanks, sir. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for your time. This is going to be a quick one because I know that quite a few of us are hungry and would like to leave. We've been stuck here for quite a long time. So bear with me 2 seconds while the presentation goes up.